Head out about 10 miles or so from the Capitol Mall, and you will arrive here at Northwest Stadium, just outside of Washington, D.C. The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. Hard running at the 15. And good coverage defensively. They wouldn't let him get ahead of steam going, and he'll be brought down at the 15. Throwing right away is Daniels. Escaping the pressure right. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
And that might have been a situation where even though you don't hit on the deep throw, you at least put in the defender's minds early in the game that we're going to press the ball deep against your secondary. And that can have a ripple effect on how they function throughout.
He's going to take another shot here. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
They are such a talented team at defending the perimeter and taking away throws to the outside. Great confidence, great skill.
Daniels from the gun on third down. And looking for McLaurin, but this is intercepted. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So a big defensive play there on the opening drive, no less, as they make the interception and bring it back for the score.
And I think that's a signal for how this defense wants to play. They want to be disruptive, and you know they're going to take some chances.
Well, sometimes it can burn you, but right there, it paid off. Chris Boswell now for the extra point. It's up and good, and it'll give his guys a 7-0 lead. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They are back over the 500 mark for the year. A 3-game winning streak really coming at the exact right time, Charles, to get them back into playoff contention.
And it's always a question of when do you want your football team to peak? And everyone always talks about you want to be playing your best ball going into the playoffs, but sometimes you need your best ball before that time. And this team, going into this stretch of games, they're certainly playing their best football of the year. I tell you what, when you're down on the scoreboard, you've got to look to your stars, and that's what they do here to start the drive. I wouldn't be surprised if they looked his way a few more times in short order. That one, well designed, and it's a quick first down.
Alex Highsmith there on the tackle. But you look at this defense. They've been a very good unit against the pass, defending at 5th best in the league.
And not just speed, not just their physical skills. You know what pulls it all together for this secondary? Their smarts and communication. They play really well as a unit.
To the air goes Daniels. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
In motion comes the tight end left. From the shotgun, it's Daniels. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. The rookie from LSU leading this offense well. A good throw there leads to a first down. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Not a huge carry there on 1st down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
To throw is Daniels. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. They should have gotten more out of that, though. He was wide open.
I love how emphatic you are with that call, because that's exactly what I was thinking. Wide open in the flat. Give him a ball that he can use to get upfield with, not just catch and go over the sideline. They cost themselves some yardage there.
Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. Now Daniels. And that will be incomplete.
I think that's a good job there defensively. They did allow him to drive all the way downfield, but once they got their backs to the goal line, they really turned up the pressure.
Yeah, they let him get all the way down here. Now the field shrinks. They've struggled to convert, and that last incompletion brings up 4th. And no signs of the field goal unit. They're going for it on 4th down. Daniels going to throw for it. Steps away to his left. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Jaden Daniels, a 15-yard touchdown run. And the Commanders' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Gonzalez good on the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And they finally get to him out near midfield, but he's all the way across the 45 to the 46.
In a tie game, both sides are looking for something to give them an advantage. It often falls back on special teams, and that return, that could be the spark to untie the game.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 46. Throwing to start the drive. Howard. That's to the veteran. It's Robert Wood. The ball comes out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. Can almost see inside his face mask there the look of relief. He coughed it up, but it goes out of bounds. They keep it.
Someone carrying around a lucky horseshoe, aren't they? If I were him, I'd go out and play the lottery after that one. A very fortunate man.
And they're operating in plus territory here. They're thinking points. Definitely don't want to lose the football at this juncture. Dancing to his left. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be 2nd down.
This early in the game, it's all about making steady progress downfield, hoping to lead to early points. And you can do it with your actual play calls or sometimes something a little more improvised, as we just saw there.
And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on third down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
Nice progress down the field was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Operating from the gun, Howard. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd.
That's an early scrambler that can be viewed positively by either side. From the offensive point of view, it begins to establish him as a possibility to keep it on certain plays. And defensively, they avoided giving up a huge play for one of their first tests in containing a quarterback on the run.
And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down. Back to throw. Howard. That's to his running back. Complete. He cannot wiggle free. They stop him at the line on 4th down. Mike Tomlin takes a shot here, but to no avail. And Washington will have it on the turnover on downs. They start on the ground with Robinson here. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
And McLaurin, the motion man right. He'll get it here on the jet sweep. Oh, and this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. Backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. Working out of the gun, Daniels. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. Now, if you're going to get rid of it, you better get outside the pocket.
Yeah, you have to get outside of that tackle-to-tackle box, right? Get out there, and then you can do it legally, but he wasn't able to do so, and they end up losing the down as well.
Johnson on the return. That'll be a 43-yard punt, but a net of just 33 following a 10-yard return. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. They go play action here on 1st down. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. On the run, this is J.K. Dobbins. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. Now this Washington defense, Charles, terrific in the victory a week ago.
And one of the key things you always look for when you're evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get per game? And how about last week's game? That number, 6. Absolutely phenomenal performance. They were on top of their game right from the first snap.
Seven, our score after 1. Second quarter now, Toronto in possession of the football as they've got it facing a 2nd and long situation. Looking to throw. Howard. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Commanders are going to have it here just past the 25. That time defensively looked like they showed quite a bit of pressure, but backed off, and it proved fruitful. They get the pick.
He went through all of his rules about getting rid of the ball quickly because he read blitz. He saw all those people stacked at the line of scrimmage, and then they fooled him by dropping into coverage. Now he's ready to get rid of the ball fast, but guess what? Too many defenders out there. Exactly as you described, an interception.
And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Here's Daniels. He finds his man complete. That's Martinez. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. That one goes for 30 yards. Daniels looking to throw. Buying time to his left. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be 2nd down.
They made a nice effort to stick him with a loss for that play, but it's going to take more than that to keep him from advancing the ball. Should be an entertaining battle anytime he tucks and runs over the second half of this contest.
Robinson up the middle. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. Just a gain of a yard, but it's going to set him up with a 1st and goal. Robinson, he is going nowhere in a hurry as he is going to lose yardage here in a big way. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
Well, I know a defensive coordinator is going to be pretty excited about what he just saw there. Great knockback by their front. And now with the ball where it is, I would expect to see the offense throw the ball on 2nd and 3rd down here.
The Commanders going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. That's their 2nd, so they'll have 1 remaining here in this 2nd quarter. We'll be right back. They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. They'll roll him out right. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. That hold coming from the left side of the line.
Hands got caught in the cookie jar on that one, and the flag came out. Penalty against them.
A crucial penalty there as the hold backs him up for another 2nd and goal. Throwing now is Daniels. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. Patrick Queen got in there to stick him. He gets the sack.
2nd goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football. Had to eat it and ended up on the ground.
Now from way back there after the sack, it's 3rd and goal, a long 3rd and goal. Zach Ertz, the man in motion. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw, eluding the pressure right. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th.
Smart move to throw that one away. You're in field goal range, so you definitely don't want to be loose with the ball. And that's great work by this defense to force a 4th down.
Gonzalez's kick is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach
termed his defense, the firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. 4-4, their record through 8 games on the season. Would you say that this team has overperformed, underperformed, or are they kind of right where you thought that they would be?
Do you mind if I say yes, yes, and yes? Because ultimately to me, 4-4 is about where they should be, because we've seen weeks where they've been really, really good. They've looked terrific. Other weeks where we wondered just how good is this team. They want to be consistent in their play. Not consistently inconsistent, which is what they've been thus far.
And he will slide down with the first down for the moment, but a penalty flag on the field. Back to throw. Howard. Pass complete. George Pickens with it. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. First catch so far by Pickens. It's good for a first down. Looking to throw. Howard. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
That's an excellent play by the defender. He diagnosed that one, closed quickly, and helped force the incompletion.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
They geared up and took the deep shot downfield, but it turned out it wasn't one-on-one coverage. Extra defenders in the area, and that one winds up incomplete.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Back to throw again. Flushed out right. And he wisely will throw that one away.
One first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
4th down, Corliss Waitman now on to punt. Fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 15-yard line. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking, because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try and increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
So the big play moves them all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Well, what they're seeking with an RPO is space for the receiver to make a catch and then make a play downfield, but there wasn't any space available, thus the incompletion.
2nd and 10. Back to throw. Daniels. Flush to his right. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here, because they didn't completions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock, because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
Well, he certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home.
They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12.
Throw left side is complete on the diving effort. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
I know that rookie quarterbacks have to earn veteran receivers' trust. Maybe we saw that on that play with that type of effort, huh?
Yeah, helping out the rook with a heck of a catch. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. He's been the forgotten man in this first half. Not a guy you want to forget. Not only his first catch, first time they've targeted him.
That doesn't make any sense, does it?
Not at
because
all.
those are the types of plays that he provides when he does come alive.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And the Commanders are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line.
A tough adjustment to the NFL throughout his rookie season, and his problem with turnovers is only exacerbated by his early showing today. That's a couple for him here in this first half, and he's cleared the double-digit mark for the entire season.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll.
And they may just be content to take this 3-point lead and head into the locker room.
Zach Ertz has it complete.
Now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout,
as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. Zach Ertz, the man in motion. On first down, he'll drop to throw. Trying to lay one up deep. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
And that's where you're counting on a receiver's size being an advantage. They were hoping he could go to the top of a smaller DB and haul that one in. A good thought, but that time it didn't work out.
They'll send the tight end in motion left. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line.
Patrick Queen.
That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half.
Here now a 3rd and 20.
Looking to throw. Daniels. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds.
Well, they came up with points in their first 2 possessions, but it looks like they'll come up empty here on their 3rd drive. The defense finally starting to get locked into them a little bit. Might have to go a little bit deeper into their playbook on their next possession.
Tress Way on 4th down is sent out to punt.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And a fair catch called for and made just outside the 15-yard line. Yeah, call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive.
And with 8 seconds on the clock, really not a lot of time to try to put anything together.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw.
And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. A good, tight football game thus far. 10-7 the score as we resume action on EA Sports. And no return forthcoming. It'll be a touchback. And the third quarter will start from the 30. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they trail here to begin the second half. What's going to be a key for them to get back in the game?
I think they're right there, and I think this game is still up for the taking for them because we always talk about turnovers. They had 2 of them in the first half, and once you start talking about if you have 3, 4, or 5, you know it's beyond difficult to try and win a football game with that. Those have to be eliminated. If they take care of the ball, they still got a shot.
Got an open man, it's Pickens. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a third here, and it's good for a first.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
No gain on the screen there. It's second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or 2 miss, but that window closed quickly.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Back to throw. Howard.
Got his man. It's Warren.
And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. That'll go as a pickup of 8.
Everyone understood their role on that play. 3rd and 1. You know the defensive guys, they're trying to get down and get low and get leverage on the offensive lineman, but they didn't allow that to happen. They created a crease and allowed him to get through for a first down.
A throw left side, caught by the tight end Freiermuth.
And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Now run straight ahead with Warren.
And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
I have to think a major focus at the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain block. He's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line.
Dorrance Armstrong
able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
And keep in mind, in addition to the 2 sacks that he now has, CD, he's also had a couple of quarterback hurries. He's been very disruptive.
To put it mildly, and it reminds me of the time I asked an offensive tackle who struggled like this in a game. He said he was telling the coach, hey, what do you want me to do? This guy's just eating me alive. And the coach finally just looked at him and said,
and pressure coming, and they got him once again.
A nightmare on 3rd and goal. He's sacked, and multiple players broke through the line to get him.
And it appears to me that someone's defensive coordinator is jockeying for a raise. A sack on 2nd and goal, a sack on 3rd and goal. Now brings up a decision on 4th down.
So they come away from this opening drive of the third quarter with only 3, but it does draw them even.
Yeah, and that has to be job 1, doesn't it? A touchdown definitely would have been nice. We know that. But here, you get back on even terms, and now you've got most of the second half to try and get yourself into a position to win.
So all square here in this third quarter as the kick's away.
And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And their 3-point halftime lead gone now, back to a tie game. But, Charles, I don't imagine that changes too much for this offense.
I would agree. I don't think it changes much at all, whether it's a 3-point lead or a tie game. They know they have their work cut out for them, and they were going to run their offense in the same vein.
So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Looking to throw. Daniels. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
This has certainly been a physical game so far. Limited scoring opportunities for both sides, and there's another chance that goes unfulfilled.
From the gun on 3rd down. Daniels slings this deep from McLaurin. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
But you got to think that sooner or later, they're going to hit one of those. But the coverage has been excellent thus far, and it was again on the last play.
Here's Tressway now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Now Austin. A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. And a pretty good burst there as he'll get this across midfield and down to the 46. That time the right guard sending him backwards.
And so many different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now, depending on situations. You can get the bulky guy, the fast guy. No matter what, though, he can't hold him.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. That one down the field for Freiermuth. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Quan Martin. And the Commanders are going to get it back here just shy of the 20.
Well, it's not the first time we've seen him give one up here during his rookie season. And in this case, zone coverage forced the mistake. He's made some strides week to week in how he's handling the different type of coverages that he's seeing. But clearly, there's some growing still to do.
Now a handoff to start it out. Robinson. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick 1st down.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Back to Robinson now on 1st down. Down the left sideline. And he'll be ridden out of bounds all the way down at the 15-yard line. 67 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a 1st down in the red zone. Now their versatile running back. Here's Austin Eckler. They stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. He's going to get it on the jet sweep. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. A gain of 2 there on the heels of a 1-yard pickup on 1st. Defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, and one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
Looking left side, and he's got him in. That's late. And so close, he gets it to the one. Out of bounds right there. Rookie to rookie on the hook up there, and it's a first down. They'll come out in the pistol. Eckler is in. Touchdown, Washington.
Sometimes offense, if you get too cute down near the goal line, but there's nothing fancy about this one. As Coach Lombardi would say, we get a seal here, and we get a seal here, and we run this play in the alley. And that's good work to hit the hole hard and finish in the end zone.
Gonzalez now to add the extra point. He's got it as they go up by a total of 17-10. Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best of the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
They'll look to throw now on first down. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on first down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Howard. Catch is made by Metcalf. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 18. They'll look to throw again. Throw left side, hauled in by Pickens. Down he goes at the 10 with a solid pickup of 8. 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Second and 2, first down marker at the 8. Looking to throw. Howard. This is caught. That catch puts him over 70 yards receiving now as he's got a first down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Dobbins. Touchdown. We are set up for a fantastic finish now. A fourth quarter touchdown here. We're an extra point away from a tie football game.
And I know they're thinking about possibly going for 2, but I'd go ahead and kick this one and just get it back to level.
Extra point now by Boswell. And we are tied here in the fourth quarter. Now this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the fourth as the kick's away. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback. And we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They no longer have the lead after that last touchdown. All tied up in the fourth quarter. And a chance for this offense to mount a potential game-winning drive right here. That's going to be caught downfield by McLaurin. Now he's loose down the left sideline. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Commanders answer back with a touchdown of their own to break our tie and take the lead here in the fourth. Obviously a huge touchdown for their team, but a big touchdown for a rookie quarterback here to be able to break the tie in the fourth quarter.
And he just shook off all the pressure, too. Because when you think about it, tie ball game, rookie quarterback, most of them are thinking, don't make a mistake. Instead, this young man just said, I'll make a play.
Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They now trail by 7 after that last touchdown here in the fourth quarter. What a big spot for this offense. See if they can cobble something together on this drive.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'm guaranteeing he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Escaping the pressure right. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd.
Well, it certainly appears to me that the defensive guys are starting to look a little bit tired while he still has some fresh legs. Not the biggest gain we've seen on a scramble, but still some positive yardage on a play that initially looked like a sure win for the defense.
The offense on 3rd down, they've only converted once in 4 tries. Here it's 3rd and 3. Back to throw. Howard. He'll let it fly for Austin. And this is caught at the 20. And he's a long ways into Washington territory before hitting the turf. It's a big play there on 3rd down. 49 yards. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And he'll be hit as he releases it. And that'll fall incomplete.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to be a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
And once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Howard. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
The plan was clearly to challenge them by sending a blitz on 2nd down, but even the extra guys couldn't catch him in the backfield, though. He doesn't scramble for it first, but he does get the last laugh by evading the blitz and getting beyond the line of scrimmage.
Here's Howard from the gun on 3rd down. That's complete right around the 8. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. An effective 7-yard 3rd down conversion. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal.
And down here, 1st and goal, if it's not there, don't force it. You got at least 2, if not 3 more shots at it. So that's a wise move to get rid of it.
They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. Back to throw. Howard. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the Commanders are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 7. Boy, Charles, you hate to see this for a rookie quarterback. You're hoping it doesn't shake his confidence, but that confidence, it might be shaken because that is 4 interceptions for him now in this ballgame.
It has to be shaken. Wouldn't be human if you weren't. Doesn't matter whether you're a rookie or a veteran. 4 interceptions, you're not sure what you're doing out there. So to me as a coaching staff, I would think very hard about getting him out and trying it again another day.
And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. 78 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
And he'll lose yardage here, back to the 15. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I think as a running back in this spot, you have to understand there's not going to be a whole lot of room to run. And in this case, ball protection takes precedent over trying to make something happen.
Running the sweep with McLaurin. And he's able to get up here to the 26. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. This is 3rd and 2. Maybe the biggest play in this football game. To throw is Daniels. Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
So frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here. Down late, tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or a takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
Straight ahead, it's Robinson. And that winds up a decent run, and it also takes us to the 2-minute warning. Another run on 2nd down, trying to cover up. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point in the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
You'd have to think likely another running play coming here. 2nd and 11. That one looks like he'll throw here. He gets it complete to Harris. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. And defensively, they were in zone covers there. You have to be a little careful. You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone.
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
2nd down and 8. He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. And he will have a Commanders first down, and that should just about do it. It'll go as a gain of 9, and that should write an ending to this one. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, Keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
Eluding the pressure right. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. What a difference a week makes. Last week he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number, not in this league, but a drop under 50.
And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown.
Well, that was absolutely ideal for them, wasn't it? Trying to salt this game away. I think one of my kids just graduated in the amount of time they had the football. That was absolutely impressive.
Everybody wants those salt-away-the-game drives. What makes them successful?
Well, when you're able to mix run-pass, when you're able to control the football and stay ahead of the chains, I'm using every cliche I know, but that's how you get it done because you're not taking negative plays, and that way you're able to run what you want to run when you get a chance to call it.
And we will not have a run back here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 20-yard line. This is 1st and 10. One final shot. They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. Well, this was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the second half, that offense kind of kicked things into another gear, and they were able to pull away for the victory.
And, Brandon, I think they're the type of team that just looked in the mirror and said, hey, ton of pressure on, but we're the type of team that can flat out handle it. They stood up with confidence, and made it happen for a victory.
So for Washington, it's an important win in terms of staying in the postseason race as they move to 6-4. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Philadelphia Eagles. Meanwhile, for Toronto, they are barely afloat as they fall to 4-5. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin, alongside